Hey folks, and welcome to part 8 of the Freedom Planet playthrough. I'm sorry I'm not consistent with the uploads on this playthrough. I'm trying my best, folks, but anyway, last part we had kind of a... I don't even remember what happened last part. It's been that long exactly. And I do want to apologize for that, folks. I don't know what's been going through my head lately. It's just schedule conflicts and all that good stuff. It's just me overall and just forgetting that I had this playthrough set up. So I'm trying to remember what happened last part. Just give me a few seconds here and let me try to jog my memory of what exactly happened. So in the last part, we had Lilac and Carol having a little disagreement after defeating a boss, actually two bosses within the Jade Creek stage. And after they had a little argument and went their separate ways and whatnot, Carla, she went into what I call the Ninja Trap House, which was basically just called the Ninja, I think it was called the Ninja Trap House and Ninja Hideout. And she confronted an old friend of hers, which she had information on, you know, I guess who murdered his father or whatnot. But now we're in this stage right here, after we finished pretty much just talking to him, and this music within this stage is incredible. The only thing I don't like about this stage is that the fact that you have to find key cards in order to progress. I never really liked that within games itself. And this stage is just full of that, I wouldn't call it goodness, but it's just full of that stuff. And that eye that was following me creeped me out the first time I played. See this thing right there? Yeah, that thing is just following you. But it is a nice attention to detail, and I can appreciate that. But yeah, folks, as I stated before the time, I had to actually go back in order to remember exactly what I had to do, because after I post the video on here on YouTube, I get rid of the file on my hard drive so I can make more room for other playthroughs. So I had to go back and look at exactly what I did last time, because it's been over a week and my memory isn't that fantastic, folks. Yeah, that's why I stated before I'm not really good with names, because I usually forget. So yeah, that is bad. So basically what I was trying to do there is I was trying to see if I can break that pillar, which I couldn't. So I guess they want you to fight this mandatory boss in order to get the key card in order to get inside the door. So yay for that, I guess. I mean, I really wouldn't call this thing a boss, just an, you know, obstacle that's in the way, but it's defeated, it's no more, so it's no longer a problem. And I'm having an issue trying to get up here. Sheesh, I don't even know why I couldn't even... Don't you just, like, hate when you can't do something right the first time, and then when you try again, eventually you get it? I mean, why couldn't you do it the first... That's the thing with, like, video games. Like, you do something the first time, and then you fail, and then you try again, and you end up getting it right. It's like, why couldn't I get this right the first time? But that's the idea of just trial and error, trying to do stuff again, all over again. These shields, as I stated before, I like these shields and how they just look and design and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really digging that, and I'm about to lose it as soon as I get it. Go figure. But anyway, how are you folks doing today? I am doing fine. It's not too late that I'm actually recording this this time. So, you know, I had plenty of rest. You got to get that rest in, folks. At least, you know, your recommended hours of sleep in before you can start just doing anything. I would have had this up by Tuesday, but the fact was I was so busy Tuesday that I just couldn't get it done in time. So yeah, I'm surprised that did not kill me there. But we do have a boss in this stage, so yeah, and it's dealing with fire. This whole place is just like a just crazy hellish like stage. But yeah, I have so much stuff to do Tuesday that it was just ridiculous. I spent nearly my whole day Tuesday just out and about running simple errands and stuff. But the fact that those errands took so long, and then I didn't have time to do anything when I got back Tuesday, that it was kind of just, you know, I'll forget it. I'll just record. I'll just record Wednesday night and have this up for, you know, the people who are still interested in this playthrough by Thursday. So yeah, and for you people who are watching, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so. You're not obligated to, but you know, if you enjoy the content on this channel, go ahead and do that. I'll be posting, we post more than just platformers. I try to post stuff that people like. I'm trying to bring what I want to do, and don't quote me on this exactly because I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it or not, but I want to try to get more Mega Man on the channel. The only Mega Man playthrough I have is the Mega Man Power Fighter series, which is pretty good itself. I might go ahead and just start with the second one. There's been a Mega Man hack that I've been interested in lately, and that is it's like Mega Man and Super Mario Brothers 1. So hopefully, if everything goes okay, I can probably start playing that and go through the rage, because I'm not that good at Mega Man, because my patience is just, it's bare minimum. It's pretty much non-existent. And yeah, it's pretty much non-existent. This part right here, this part sucks. Look at that. This jerk right here is just, what you have to do is just hit this jerk. And I didn't figure that out the first time, and this guy, because he's a jerk, he's owning me. But yeah, I didn't figure this out the first time of what to do, so I'm just pretty much just taking my time on trying to push him back. And yeah, you could just see the failage there. But anyway, I've been playing, recently I've been playing a game called, I don't know if you folks, well, you folks heard of this game before, but it's my first time playing it, which is Sleeping Dogs. Courtesy of the co-host with the most. I've been kind of like neglecting that game. I wasn't really interested in it at first, but you know what? I beaten that game in less than a week. I actually beat it within 5 days. And yeah, about 5-6 days, almost a week. That is one of the best games I played in a very long time, folks. And if possible, I'll probably do it for the channel. I enjoyed that game. The version that I was playing was the definitive edition with all the DLC, which the DLC is kind of blah. It's not really much to do, but it's extra content if you want it. But you know, it's, in my opinion, it's not really worth it. It's just the main story is all you needed, and I enjoyed that game so much, folks. I really did. That game was surprisingly fun for it being a kind of open world Square Enix game with some RPG elements. So yeah, and the combat, the thing you have to get used to with that game is the countering, which is really easy to pull off. So I had a fun time with that game, folks. It's like Grand Theft Auto mixed with Final Fantasy a little bit, if that makes any sense. And I just had a blast playing that game, folks. I highly recommend that game. I really do. And I'm talking about Sleeping Dogs. We're playing Freedom Planet. Go figure. But anyway, yeah, this thing right here is creepy looking. And it has a computer chip that we needed. So I'm going to go ahead and pretty much just try to finish it off, because it's being annoying. Even though I got the necessary key card from it. But I'm just going to finish it off. Put it out of this mechanical misery while we at it. Look at all that. You can never have too many in-game currency, in my opinion, anyway. And I like the fact that you can go up on the wall right there, completely abusing the physics within the game. And there we have the key card, so we can go to the necessary place where we need to go to. Look at all this health. So if they give you a bunch of health, that means you're incoming for some BS, folks. Usually when a game does that, that means you're in for some trouble. Either that or extra life within that. This thing right here, and I know I'm jumping all over the place. You're probably like, "Jeez, breathe, man." But this thing right here was annoying. It really, really is annoying. It's basically just do that Mega Beam of Death that follows you once it aims right. So your best bet is don't stay in one place for too long, or you're just gonna get owned. So as long as you move around and stay moving around, you're gonna be all right, and you're not gonna be pretty much prone to failure. Like I'm pretty much just failing here with this thing because, like I stated before, it's my first time playing this game. And for your first time playing the game, you usually don't get the strategy of the boss right away. I mean, sometimes you do if it's obvious, like if its attack pattern is obvious. Sometimes you can pretty much just jump into it right away. But if you playing the game for the first time, then 9 times out of 10 you won't get the pattern right the first time. And this thing is just relentless. You figure after the first stage or the first point of the fight, you'll just pretty much that'll be it. But no, this thing right here, and look at this. This thing kind of reminds me like the giant firewall of death, kind of like a Metroid slash Sonic sequence, if you want to say that. But I haven't exactly played enough of Metroid to know that, and I should get to that game soon. I just don't know a good starting point, because I don't want to start on the first one, because the first one's kind of blah. But any point between, I heard, what is it, Fusion is pretty good, so if I was to start on a Metroid game, I'd probably just do that instead. It'd probably be worth to do that instead, anyway, just to kind of get my feels for it. So, yeah, and I've also been thinking about, doing some Castlevania as well. I was gonna show off an I was actually gonna show off an open BOR Castlevania game, which is like an beat 'em up. Open BR is like an open source beat 'em up game that you can have either on your PC or Wii. It's very easy to use on the Wii. There's tutorials around the net, but your best bet is, if you don't want to go through the hassle of setting your Wii up for that, or you don't want the hassle of, well, pretty much just the hassle of setting up your Wii, your best bet is going with PC, unless you have like a jailbroken PS3 or something like that, which I wouldn't know, I wouldn't recommend having one, but if you have one, that's your business. Yeah, so that open source BR is just pretty much, just think of it as Mugen, but instead of fighting, you know how Mugen is pretty much versus, and open BR it's brawler related. So and there's a lot of brawlers out there, like Streets of Rage, which I hope you folks are enjoying. Streets of Rage, Ninja Turtles, Double Dragon, stuff like that. It's really a lot of them. The worst open BR game I played so far, it was a and I got this as a prank to D, and because it was the Sailor Moon one, and I know a majority of people watch Sailor Moon when they were a kid, because usually people watch Sailor Moon because it came on before DBZ. So they'll just have something to kind of pretty much pass the time. But every time Sailor Moon would come on, in my opinion, well, not in my opinion, but every time Sailor Moon would come on back then, I would turn the channel because I wasn't interested in it. And people have recommended me trying to go back and watch Sailor Moon, which I may give a shot. I don't know which version to go to, because there's like 5 different versions, 5 different dub versions anyway, so I guess that'll be something to do in the future. Just go back and watch that and see what's the appeal about it, or what's not the appeal about it, And this section right here, I remember I was having a hard time with this section right here, and you're about to see something crazy within a few minutes here, and it really wasn't, I don't know if it was beyond my control or not, but you'll see, you can see that. I'll make that face too if I had to support a motorcycle with just my legs. First of all, that'd be physically impossible to do, and second of all, if I could do it, I wouldn't even try it. So kudos to you, Carla. But this section right here, this section sucks, folks. It really does. To me at least, it sucks. I did not enjoy this section. at all. At least when I was playing, I remember not having a good time with this part right here, at least. But you know what? Just because the game has a bag section doesn't mean it should deter you from playing the game at all. And look at this part, the crusher parts. You're about to see something that's kind of messed up. Look at that right there. I'm pretty sure I wasn't nowhere near that when that happened, but at least it put me, when I got the checkpoint, it put me at a reasonable part. So yeah, but that wasn't my control at all. At least I didn't think it was. Maybe her hitbox was out a little. I don't know what happened. That was beyond my control. But at least when I respawned, it left me at a great. It left me actually just a little bit ahead of where I was. So yeah, as I stated before, when they go, man, do they go? And what I mean by that is when they get when they supposedly lose a life, they go out in a glorious fashion. You see she's just burst into pieces, and wow, just the artistic level on this game, just gushing about it already. But yeah, this part right here with the crushers made me nervous, like super nervous, because I do not personally care for crushers within the game. I know it's a way to pretty much just bring on a new element within the game, but me personally, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think anyone is, but you know, if they are a fan of it, it's just them. But we're coming up on a boss, and I'm gonna talk about it as we get to it. That it's confusing. You'll see exactly what it is. And these dudes are just relentless. Get away from me. Jeez. I was gonna see if they if they were gonna come back, but I guess they decided to turn around. But yeah, and I don't know what these emblems are for. Can somebody explain to me in the comments? But yeah, here is the boss, folks. Right here, this thing right here, which took me quite some time to beat, just because it was sporadic and all over the place. But yeah, I don't know what those little coins and emblems were for. I was just collecting them just to collect them. So I don't know what do you use them for. Are they like in-game currency or achievements just for getting them? I really didn't know what they were for. I was just collecting them just to collect them. So if I saw it and I see it within my reach, I just go for it, because I just went for it. Just look at the damage that did. Jeez. And good thing that I put the difficulty back on easy with this, because I tried playing this thing normal and I couldn't do it. So, and the thing with playing on easy mode is that your health kind of replenish after a while, like a cooldown state. So yeah, that's one of the benefits of, I guess, playing on easy mode, is that you have that. But the game, I think the game still plays as normal, as the same. And by that I mean, it plays, normal as expected, or at least I think so. But this thing right here, oh man, like, what is this thing? It's like a mechanical squid, I want to say, or maybe a scorpion of some sort. I don't really know what this thing is or what it's supposed to be. But yeah, having you to sit right there, buddy, is easy pickings for me. So, but yeah, as I stated before, this thing took me kind of some time to beat, because I was kind of taking my time on it, and the fact that I really didn't know where to hit it from until I figured it out a little later. Hitting it right in this eye area. But yeah, folks, I hope you folks are enjoying this playthrough, and I'm gonna try to upload a little more. I'm kind of being a little lazy with this playthrough, I'll admit that. Yeah, I do admit that, and I do apologize for that, for the folks who are, looking forward to playing this. And for the people who already are watching this in a playlist, you're probably thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? But if you see the time between the last part and this part, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So that within comparison anyway. I'm not trying not to make this commentary dated as possible. I'm not trying to do that. So, but technically, I kind of already did. But I just hope you folks are enjoying it at the moment. So, yeah, the sequel's supposed to come out next year. I'm gonna be covering that as well, or at least try to cover that as well. We'll see how that goes, because you never know what the next year can bring. So within that, getting a chance to get a bonus, so pretty much got some extra lives. I can always use plenty of those. But anyway, folks, this is really going to end it for this part, and I hope you join me for part 9 of the Freedom Planet playthrough. You folks have a fantastic day, and take care.